starting with Caia Rossa, and taking them in order one by one. Each one of the panel members, and I will be both a moderator and a panel member, will present one wine. Each one of them belongs to a cellar. It deserves to be collected, and whether it was designed to be presented that way, they also represent different parts of Italy. There is a concentration in appellations that we all know and have been for a very long time well known to the world of collecting wine. But the truth of the matter today is that we can have collectible wines that come from Sicily, Campania, and any other part, and any other appellation from Italy. And that you don't have in your glass to taste. And I see that that's already happening, and the wine is ready to be poured. Caia Rossa, and the vintage on the wine is 2004. And I selected it when actually with Peter Morrell. I'm also besides the managing director of Morrell and Company, I also am the director of the auction division of Morrell and Company. So we do auction wine.
Good afternoon. I've been in this world of wine and this loving Italian wines for quite a few years, more than 30. And there are, as I was thinking how to start this conversation, there are two moments that I like to mention that are kind of the prelude of what I want to present today. The first one, if you were part of this morning discussion, was when an emeritus Italian journalist named Luigi Veronelli and a winemaker, commerciante, negoziante named Giacomo Bologna came to California to kind of see what was this miracle of technology and all of these progresses that the Californians were making. And I guide them around, and they were crossing with the left hand, which is a way for the Italian to kind of say, I'm shocked, I'm surprised, they couldn't believe how advanced technology was. And the other one was much earlier, when an Italian journalist named Pino Kyle decided that he wanted to see what was happening in America, and we talk about the late 70s. And he promised me that he was going to bring the best winemaker the following year to go around California to see what was happening in America. And I remember that day in '79, there were 40 people, and among the 40 people, there was all of the big names of Italian viticulture and winemaking, from Antinori to Gaia, from Biondi Santi to Pio Cesare, Pio Boffa. And then there was a lonely southerner named Mastro Berardino. And Mastro Berardino was kind of, a very, very introverted person, a little bit tough, but he was all wine. He was completely concentrated on making sure and believing that his wine was as good as any of the northerners, as we southerners call the people of the continent, which will be anything above Sicily. So, and this is the wine that we are presenting, Piano di Montevergine. Taurasi is a micro town. It's one of those small villages, just like Barolo is a village among the 12 villages that can be denominated to produce Barolo. So it's a wine of longevity, of patience, and is a wine of great retribution.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Leonardo LoCascio. I'm the founder and CEO of Winebow. We're a company that has always specialized in the importation of premium Italian wines, and so it was quite a challenge. When I was asked to select a wine for this panel, I decided to do something that was outside the obvious, outside the traditional areas of Tuscany, of Montalcino, or Bolgheri, or Barolo. And I wanted to do a little provocation. I wanted to go to Sicily and present a wine to you that is made by one of the historic families, wine families in Italy called Tasca d'Almerita. This is a family that has been in Sicily since the 1700s. They came to Sicily when it was ruled by the Spaniards back then, and they stayed behind. This is a true noble family, and there is a Count Tasca, and this wine is called Rosso del Conte, the red wine of the Count. The Count was very passionate about wine. He dedicated the wine to his wife for their golden anniversary when they celebrated 50 years of marriage. Golden anniversary in Italian is called Nozze d'Oro, and the wine therefore is called Nozze d'Oro. It was made in '85, and it was such a successful wine that they're still producing it today. But this wine that is in front of you now, the Rosso del Conte, was his pride and his joy. So what do we have here? We have a grape that is called Nero di Avola. Nero means black because the skin is so dark of this wine. Avola is actually a little town in southeastern Sicily near Ragusa, Siracusa, in that area. Finally, from a sentimental reason, like Piero, my good friend Piero Selvaggio, I am Sicilian. So I felt that in a setting like this, it was important for me to show what my region is capable of producing. And this is also the wine that was served at my wedding. In any case, what can I say? This is my choice, and I hope you like the wine.
I wanted to bring the glass up because I wanted to offer you all a toast, and thank you all very much for coming. And a toast to all of you, and a toast to my distinguished co-panelists. It's really an honor to be selected to present here. And cheers, everybody. Opulent could describe all of the wines. Opportunities could describe so many things. But the thing I focused in on was the opportunities in Italy. And to me, Italy is one of the richest wine-producing countries in the world, and there's nothing but opportunity. There's opportunities or two different sorts of opportunities. There are wines that are lovely wines that appreciate in quality. They get better and better as time goes by, and the first wine that I'm presenting and talking about actually is one of those. It's the Barolo Pagana from Domenico Piero. So it's really a great time to be buying wines to lay down for the future. And to that, we can only say cheers.
As we're talking about opulent opportunities, what I'm showing you here, it's some auction values, and that also explains why we have decided to take the Maceta 2001, because we don't have many auction values for later vintages after that. So this is the reason why we're tasting today the 2001, because we could actually relate it to some of the auction values. Wine still has a great potential for aging. It is a wine which has a great concentration, and I think the potential for aging could really be something like 20 years. So it's up to you to decide if you like the wine, how you like the wine. But what I wanted really to show was the potential of, in terms of creating value for collectors, wine stores of top Italian wines.
And has not seen any fluctuation in its price, but up in its history. It has withstood all previous, at least, financial ups and downs. And I think that today Italy is entering that stage of where the opportunities for collectibles for Italy are great. Thank you again, and have a good afternoon.